And we're off.
Getting 2 players starting in Sanctuary, getting the first laugh, and 2 players starting at Link's House, getting 10 bombs. That was added in V29 for the standard mode.
The first glove in the Sanctuary. That is really early. I saw
a quick map check.
Saw a Crystal on Desert, red pendant at Eastern.
I actually think this was a pendant at Eastern. Yes, blue pendant at Eastern.
And a pendant and a Crystal at Hera. So that means we have 2 dungeons in the Dark World we may not necessarily have to complete unless one of the items is on the boss, which is always possible.
Well, we can also always have the chat beloved Pedestal Seed.
Pedestal Seed, Chat always loves that, as well as Aga Seed. Data World's doing his lumberjack check now. Let's see what we got. It looks like a heart container, so probably won't be seeing that.
We also saw another Hula room. You basically just set your camera to the top of the screen, then jump a few times into water, the game gets confused, you fall in a hole, and well, that happens.
The reason it takes you to Hulan's room is it's an error catching mechanism in the game. If your camera gets unlocked from your screen and you fall in a hole, the game doesn't know where to send you, so it sends you to Hulan's room.
And we say AK Drist doing some bomb threats in Escape, really cool.
Not much you can do without any other weapon, but he got it handled pretty well.
Also, one of the tree puts is 20 rupees. So we don't really have to think about getting rupees to seed.
Nope, he's good for his approach in the CAC. He's got 150 for the Bottle Merchant and bombs if he needs them. Which, given that he has none, we'll probably see him buy some. Looks like we're going to see Walsh doing the mini Moldorm check. With bombs, it's a bit of a tough sell, but we'll see what he can do. S. Belmont in chat asking, what's on Aga? We know the Lumberjack Cave is a heart container. We saw that check on Data World screen, so we probably won't see it.
Kakariko so far with a bit of laugh. Quite a lot so far.
Oh, the hook shot in the mini Moldorm Cave.
Well, a weapon that would have made this real trivial is locked behind it. Nice.
Yeah. Bottle Merchant paying out 2 for 1. 3 for 1, I guess.
Well, we also got a lamp. Really nice to get this early.
And the Moon Pearl. Wow.
Ooh, very good to get that out of the way early. Especially since they got the gloves so early.
And the plastic sword in the bottom of the well, too. And we got Driz doing the back of escape check. No real better time to do it. He's got the glove and the bombs.
Yeah, and if he doesn't find the weapon, he might actually try to do the sewer chest, going the back way.
Apparently the hammer was in escape, and I entirely missed that. But between the hammer and the glove, we have our Dark World access, and with the moon, we can go wherever we want, basically.
But that's for now only for Driz. The others will first have to go to escape and get the hammer out of there.
I'm being informed that Zelda had the hammer. Makes you wonder why she didn't use it. But we also got these silvers on Data World's and Nali's side. It's a nice pull. It'll make Vitreous trivial. Moon Pearl was in the bottom of the well.
We see Vulch using the hookshot to great effectiveness to quicken up his movement.
Yeah, that's one of the great advantages of the hookshot in the overworld. You can just use it, dash around Hyrule. Boss doing a blind race check, only gonna get 20 rupees out of it.
I personally like the blind race check, especially if I am still low on rupees or want to. But if literally anything would help me out.
Yeah, I mean it's not a bad play, and especially if you're gonna go back and get it anyway. It's just a waste of a few seconds to check it first.
And Data is looking like he wants the escape check as well. Will get his hammer if he decides to go all the way through.
He'll be happy to see that because it does tempered sword damage, and that's going to be a big boost when all you got is fighter sword. Wolf's making his ticket check, and all he's got is a bigger bomb.
So it's actually good for him that he got this out of the way now. Some other runner might decide to go back just for the border. He was able to do this with his first round into Kikuriko.
Yeah, it's always better when you can get these one-off checks out of the way quickly. With the items we have at the moment, between the hammer, the glove, and the pearl, it looks like the play from Dria's team might be the Palace of Darkness as his first dungeon, assuming it's a crystal.
Before we can be sure for completing that, we will need that bow. But another thing that's actually in logic that would be Tower of Hera right now.
Have we found the mirror?
No, but we got hammer and the hook shot.
So we can just cross the bridge to get the East Death Mountain. You're right. And if Palace of Darkness is bow-locked, you can, these runners do have the bottle. They can just pick up a potion and do the screen desync to get past it.
That's of course not in logic, and even in glitches logic, that's not in before week 30 because we just found it so late. Data needs to look out, has only a fighter sword, and it's on half a heart.
Yeah, this is a risky play. Oh, he got it with the final sword slash. And he's taking the death warp. Not a bad play to have a heart.
Yeah, he will be able to quickly check the sewer chest. He does have the lamps, so it will be a really quick route there.
Old man just giving Nally his allowance, nothing much there.
Nally deciding to go to the mountain, but without first checking escape for the hammer.
Yeah, without the hammer, East Death Mountain is a bit of a weird play. Because he's not going to be able to get back across the bridge.
Yeah, and especially if escape is completely logic with bombs and lamp, you should probably go there first. I had escape burn me very often lately.
Oh, Data World picking up Bombos. Can't exactly recall where that would have come from.
Yeah.
Bombos in the sewer.
Ooh, in the sewers, that's really nice. That is one of those items that can throw you for very long if... Ooh, Titan Wits on this mountain paradox cave.
Ooh.
Yeah, Bombos is one
and
of
the
those
fire
items.
rod.
I just wanted to talk about Bombos for Fire Rod and Ice Place, and we got it. We also got the cape in there, which is definitely nice. Will allow us to not only shake the bumper cave item, we were able to get it.
Yeah, and if the bumper cave actually happens to hold something useful in this scene, that could be a major find for Nali.
Data Ward having boost, hammer, and hookshot will be able to go directly to Tower of Hera.
Now I'm making the long, slow walk through Spiral Cave. Let's see what it gets him.
If I do this, I always hope to get the boots out of here. Will just mean my opponents will have to do the same work.
Oh, now we're getting the Ice Rod too. That's one of those items that control you forever if Turtle Rock ends up being a crystal, because Ice Rod doesn't actually lock anything behind it, so it can be literally anywhere.
Yeah, but at the same time, everyone says if you get the Ice Rod early, you will have a pendant Turtle Rock. But it's a crystal this time.
Red crystal on Ice and Thestown, regular crystal Mire in the Swamp, green pendant on Palace of Darkness, red pendant Skullwoods, and crystal Turtle Rock. Skullwoods being a crystal isn't bad, but it's probably not the best pendant dungeon you could ask for.
Yeah, especially since we got the Fire Rod, we could clear that out if we decide to do so.
But with only 2 items being in there and it being kind of a slog to get to, it's a bit of a risky sell.
Well, if you would get the mirror and the book as well, that would be a bit better sell because you could shake the pedestal right afterwards.
Mm-hmm. It's a good chain. Just a heart container on the floating island.
So no one will go back to get that. It's always interesting if you see that, and it's something I always have the mirror already.
The Water Toes and Hookshot Cave. That's an interesting place for them.
Well, stored away safely so no one can get them too easily.
And Turtle Rock is Bombos, meaning Data World has access to at least that. Maybe Meyer as well, depending.
Well, he will still need to get the Cane of Samaria first, but once we get that, the rock is clearable.
Amondale in chat asking where Ice Rod was. Bottommost Spiral Cave.
Aker is now showing us something new because he does have the hammer and decides to go over to Tower of Hero now.
And with 2 fire sources in hand, this Hera is fully completable if the item happens to be in the basement.
You never want to have an item in the basement too. Just means you have to wait 45 seconds for that.
Yep, for the tiles. But with the fire rod, he can do the crystal switch. Oh, the bow in the Tower of Hera. That is a nice pull.
Well,
but unfortunately,
no, we could get the pedestal.
No, we found the bow, not the book. Unfortunately, it does mean that Drizzy has to do this tile room, but he's gonna have to use the fire rod to do it because he doesn't have any arrows.
Yeah, but it didn't mean like we can shake it, we can actually get it blindfold.
Yeah,
we got everything for that. Every item that's left is can be on pedestal.
Data World setting up the Death Orb. Drizzy deciding not to. And Walsh gonna make his Zora check here. Let's see what the Scam Artist has for us today.
Stun price being single bombs might be useful if you are hurting for that last bomb that you need to complete the dungeon.
Drizzy beginning his Hera ascent as Data World begins his ascent too. And Scam from the fish.
At least we got 10% return.
Yeah, better than one. Better than a single rupee. But Zora area being a bust this seed. Good to get the checks out of the way, though. Those are 4 items that you can very easily miss.
Especially with those quite early flippers, and they were really quick in the logic. It was using this nice little bomb setup to get the item over here.
Yep, that's a 2-pixel gap without the boots. You have to line up 2 pixels from the pit in order to make that jump. If you have the boots and you bonk while the bomb's exploding, you have a 6-pixel window.
And if you got hookshot and boots, you don't even do the bomb jump, you just use hookshot to get across and bonk back.
Yep. We got Walsh making his check into Village of Outcasts. Let's see what the chest game has.
I would say it has a lot of chests.
Modom rewarding us with the compass and the runner's first crystal.
First crystal in less than 20 minutes, that's nice. Also good to know that since we got that bow, we will not have to search for the bow in Dance Tower.
Correct.
With Palace of Darkness and Eastern Palace being pendants, we don't need the bow to get into Dance Tower.
And Walsh, our first runner to pick up all 4 bottles in the first 21 minutes of the game.
Seed Screaming Stick it, but we checked that, it's nothing.
Let's see what Thieves John's gonna have for Walsh today. He doesn't have the hammer, so he could run into a problem with the big chest being required. Dristy making his Super Bunny check. As well as Data World, we got some good sync between our corner runners here.
Yeah, they had quite different routes at the beginning, but they checked pretty much the same and are falling now suit to each other.
Not going to turn down a heart container when runners have blue mail, but a heart container is always a good safety.
While still using his hook shot to great effectiveness, using it to just have this little speed up between the statues.
Let's see what the attic has for Walsh.
Let's hope it's not the map.
Oh, the Master Sword. Not a bad pull.
Yeah, even though the Master Sword will not do additional damage on blind, the little bit of additional hitbox you got with it is still nice.
That's right. Blind is unique among bosses in this game because Blind takes 1 point of damage from any weapon that will deal damage to an enemy, and you have to deal 9 points of damage to Blind in order to win. That's any weapon.
Data World, you need to change to the capability. Oh, you got it. Nice.
A little bit of clenching there.
Yeah, the cape has a bit of a delay at the beginning. I usually like to have at least 1 heart that I can still lose before I before it's too late.
Yeah. Let's see what Dristy gets out of Hype Cave. He gets a sword, so that's our 3rd sword, and red mail.
Yep. Uncle says cowards mail. I say I just don't like to look in most cases. But at least it's free. Good protection.
Yep, and with the swords being in the locations they are, we're probably going to see all of our runners on Tempered by the end of the seed.
Yeah, it's very rarely that you see a runner skip Hype Cave in any normal seed.
It would be a significant gamble to skip Pipe Cave.
Well, I tried to do it once, and of course the one time I did it was hammer in there.
Oh, it's always the way.
Line getting off script for Walsh, but he gets it. Very nice.
And that's going to be the first crystal for Walsh.
25 minutes in, not bad. But a little bit of interesting thing, because we never found the small key. That small key is in the big chest. With the small key in the big chest, the whatever item blind drop and whatever item is in the attic chest is logically hammerlock. We got them, well, Watch didn't, but it's technically accessible.
Yeah, Thieves Town is unique in that regard. It's got a little bit of a weird logic chain behind it, where it is the one dungeon, I believe, where the key placement can logically require the hammer to get, or else you could lock yourself. And the randomizer will always make the assumption that you use your keys in the dumbest way possible, at least in this mode. So it's a way to protect the runners and more ensure that the seed will be completable.
Yeah, always nice that the random devs decided to even make sure that the dumbest ways are completable.
Walsh is here taking Jeremiah on a world tour. We're probably going to see the same from Driz in a second. Without the mirror, it's a little bit of an awkward check. I wonder where that mirror is hiding.
Well, if you want to be evil, that mirror is on Trinex with whatever is go mode for in Mirror Cave.
Oh, nasty.
So I think at this point it would be nice to discuss what we still need for Go mode.
Let's see. With Turtle Rock being crystal, we know we're going to need the cane. With Meyer being crystal, we're going to need the mirror and possibly another medallion. Or no, not Meyer. We need another medallion. We have the flippers for Swamp Palace and the hookshot.
And the hammer and glass. So yeah, good on that.
It's possible we will need the book for access to Desert Palace if we don't get the flute and the mirror.
Well, we will definitely need the mirror for Swamp Palace.
That's what I was trying to say, yes. Looks like we did just get the flute on Walsh's screen.
Ooh, that's nice. Having the flute early on is good.
It's definitely going to improve access around Hyrule.
Well, but at the same time, they did most of the stuff that you would really gain time from. Usually, early on you get the most out of the flute, I feel like, because you go around just flute to after categorical flute to 7 and do the damn checks to Minimodom. Then flute to 8 gets the Ice Cave out of the way.
Yeah, the flute definitely has higher value the earlier you find it. Same with boots, but boots maintain their value a little bit better through a seed.
Yeah, Rules aren't really that valuable, but they are definitely quite good to have. They only save a few minutes over an hour. Risk finding his tempered sword in the attic chest of the safe zone.
Data World making the peg check, and it's always a pain to watch the peg check be done without the boots because you got to do it one by one instead of doing a swag dash.
At least you can combo them by just standing below one and over the other and doing top and bottom right after each other.
Data World gonna be disappointed about what he finds from the dig game. The boomerang is a nice item, but it's not necessarily important at all.
Well, it will allow for quite quick stretch for against our. You won't have to wait for a bomb or anything. You can just throw the boomerang, which is quite nice.
That's true. It does let you do some funny things with the crystal switches.
In the energy speed run, it actually also allows the rupee route to work out. Otherwise, you would have to do quite some interesting stuff.
Walsh making the play into Dark World Meyer. Let's see what he does. He's probably gonna get the do Meyer Shed and check the medallion.
Yeah, and check that should be done much earlier than most people do it. I feel like most people just go, oh, I should probably check if I need another medallion.
And it is the wavy coin today, so we will need to go find that.
Well, some people call it baby coin. I like to call it Pepsi coin after I heard it once.
You like to call it what?
Pepsi coin, just because it looks like the symbol for Pepsi.
And with that shovel in hand, Walsh is gonna go straight back to the Grove.
Wouldn't it be funny to have the Maya medallion just here, so we can still say we found it right next to Maya? And we have data went into Ice Palace. We can clear that. Many people will wait for with Ice Palace till they have Go mode, but it's still 3 chests.
3 chests, he has everything he needs to clear it, and it is a red crystal, meaning he's going to be able to go straight from here to Link's house to get the bomb. Or to Dark World to Link's house to get the bomb.
Well, he will not be able to go straight from here because there are some wards in the way.
Well, yes, but that would be the next logical place to go.
Yeah, and afterwards, if he doesn't find anything that's nice, he might be able to just go over to Place of Darkness afterwards.
Yeah, and it'd just be a quick trip north. Oh, Data World getting off script with the
He's
Stalfos. He's gonna have to waste a bit of time.
There's actually a nice little backup for that. If you miss the first bomb, just slash the one that you would usually throw the pot against and lay the bomb on top of him. Then walk to the left. The second one will just jump into it.
I've never seen anybody try that strat before. Data Ward getting the bomb jump first try.
AK looks like he's going over to Catfish. Quite long walk, especially from this, from Kakariko.
Yeah, and without the mirror, he can't chain in the Graveyard Ledge, and he couldn't do the King's Tomb check anyway, so.
At least with the cape he was able to chain in the bumper cave ledge.
I think we saw the bumper cave didn't have anything useful on it. Have we seen it? I think we did.
What going in? I think he's missing 2 more items in here, otherwise he would not go for this chest first.
Yeah. So, way out of the way.
I personally like to do the bag of spirits first, just for the case that the 2 items are here. It's happened much too often. But since it's dependent... No, it's just dependent, yeah. He doesn't want anything more about this dungeon.
Yep, he doesn't want a thing to do with Moth, and I can't blame him. Moth is a really mean fight.
Yeah, so many spikes, it's too edgy.
Too edgy for me. Hobo just having pocket change, meaning that the only thing flippers are doing for us in this seed is Swamp Palace. They didn't unlock anything else.
Well, logically, I suppose, but no one cares about that.
We're going to see Data moving into his Coldster fight soon. He's got enough magic to do the quick kill with the Fire Rod. Or he can just use Bombos. Interested to see what he does.
Yeah, it would also be a nice little option. If you would have had full hearts, you could use Squirt Beams to save a bit of magic using the Fire Rod.
Yes, that's an interesting glitch actually. If you throw the Fire Rod and then swing a Sword Beam at the same time, the Fire Rod will actually overwrite the Sword Beam's damage effect. So you can actually get 2 Fire Rod shots for the price of 1. It's a really interesting bit of tech.
Yeah, and I recently learned that you can actually do the same using the bow. Shooting an arrow first and then firing the Fire Rod. The Fire Rod will hit about the same time as the arrow, and that will override the damage just as well.
Really? I did not know that.
Yeah, I just didn't know that till like a week ago. Now the Satan up to Death Warp looks like he will get his bomb right after the hammer. That's good. Oh, and we see the book on island. On the Highly Island. We will definitely not
Interesting.
need that book before the mirror. So with that, no book for us to see.
Data War doing the Fat Fairy check, and as chat said, he's probably going to link this to Pod. He has everything he needs to beat Pod.
We have 5 items in Palace of Darkness. No mirror to directly chain it with Eastern Palace, but doing Eastern Palace right afterwards is also not bad. Could go over, get straight out of the dungeon. Also check Charshwala on the way back.
Yep, with the mirror it would be even easier, but it's not too hard. And absolutely bupkissed in the Fat Fairy cave. Drosy is right. If Samaria happens to be on the tablet, you might need the book to get it. But that would be mean.
Yeah, would only be even meaner if we would actually have the mirror at pedestal, which Chad would definitely love.
Oh man, mirror on ped would be evil. I love it. I lied. Data World's making his catfish check, and Walsh is the one dipping in the pod. And we haven't seen an Agana check either, so Mirror could be on Agana.
That would be bad. We wouldn't even have the book to go into the area.
It would be pretty mean. Our runners don't really have a reason pulling them to the desert area because they can't do anything there. So if Mirror were there, it would be really mean.
Well, at least for Vige, it would be a pretty quick shake with that feud.
Hearing from chat that they think that Walsh made an Agana check. He may have, I'm not sure.
Well, we definitely missed it then. Another thing Vige just did was using the potion glitch and setting up a death drop right now. He does not have either hammer or the bow.
There's the cane.
So, yeah. No cane on the tablet, sorry guys.
Yeah, and without the hammer and bow, there's no... Well, without the hammer, there's no way for Walsh to complete this dungeon. He needs to go to escape and get that hammer.
But he will be able to complete it, and it is bow locked, but he still might find, let's say, Quake or the mirror in here.
That's true. And since it's a pendant, there's no real need to complete the dungeon, but it's a green pendant. So there's always the possibility that something vital is sitting on Saha.
Yeah, my last seed had the moon pearl on Sarashrada, so I definitely know how it feels to actually get that item from him. And we have Data World going into the direction of Eastern Palace.
It's an interesting play.
Well, it looks like he didn't check the Ashwala.
Check the house closet.
He will get those 3 items, then can go to Eastern Palace, and afterwards decide if he wants to do portraits as well. Palace of Darkness would actually be quite good for him, because he would get the red cane out of there.
Yep, and he has the Bombus medallion needed to open Turtle Rock, so he could conceivably go do it.
But with that fruit he will first activate that, then decide, I might want to have the Maya medallion, and then find out that he will need the Quake as well.
Yep, and now it's going to be a hunt for the Quake medallion. We have no idea where it could be. It could be sitting on a tablet. It could be sitting on PED for all we know.
Like you already said, Palace must be mirror. So tablet is still good.
Dirty finishing off Cold Seer in rapid fashion. He's got his 3rd crystal.
Yeah, with those 3 crystals, he's right behind Data World. Data World just found the flute, which is quite nice for him, and he's able to route in Sick with the activation of the flute.
If you can't route in Sick Kid on your first trip to CAC, this is as good a time as any.
Yeah, the next best thing you can do is with a mirror out of Sea Stone, or you could do it with the Smith chain.
Yeah, that's another possibility. Watch Agana have a progression and all of our runners just ignore it.
Yeah. I just recently watched a race where someone actually checked that one really early. It was a fire rod. And yeah, he was the only one to check it early.
And both Skullwoods and Turtle Rock were crystals?
Yes, I think so.
Now I'm getting bullied by this jump. He doesn't have... Oh, he has a red potion. I lied.
Yeah. Doing this jump often seems trivial, but then you get to do it once with a spot that you didn't practice it that often, and it's really hard suddenly.
It's really precise.
Walsh finally getting into escape will find his mirror, will find his stamina, and it looks like he's setting up a death swap for the sewer chest, and will be able to get the Bomb medallion out of there.
Yep, he's gonna be real happy to find that hammer.
Also, a little nice thing he could do at this point is, well, he doesn't really, wouldn't actually have to kill one of the guards if he decides to use the key he got out of the chest. He does not need to use that to get to the back. You can really only do this for the first guard through, because you already have to kill the second guard in here to get dust out.
Yeah.
But he realized that he doesn't need that key and just let this lie down on the floor.
Yeah, saving a second or two.
Yeah, with hookshot or the blue boomerang, this would actually be quite nice to do. In the energy speedrun, you actually pick up the boomerang in that chest just to get the key that early on.
Yeah, that's always fun. Let's see. If Driz wanted to, he has everything he needs to complete Pod. Without the mirror, it's a little bit of a tough sell to go back to Saha, but he could do it, and it could have something.
Well, Sashra will have the flute drum, so he will need to go back there.
Yep, Saha's got the flute, so he's gonna head back there anyway, probably. Like, he's gonna have to, so.
Yeah,
Just a matter of time.
If that happens in the next 10 minutes or in the next hour, it's a question we can't answer at this point.
We'll have to ask Driz what he thinks about that flute in Saha's closet once he gets it.
Yeah, I feel like every item that is in Sashra's closet is annoying. You really don't. It feels like you really don't want to check that. Oh, Databot gets a bit locked out by his Samara block there. It's unfortunate.
It happens.
So, and with that, 3 of our runners got the red cane. Nales still has to go to Palace of Darkness. He first has to get up to Tower Ferra for the bow to have that cane in logic.
Yep. I'm not sure if Nali knows the potion glitch in Pod. So he might do that if he does. If not, he's gonna have to go to Hera. Either before or after finding its goal locked.
Yeah, at this point, pretty much everyone knows the pushing the glitch, even though not everyone has executed it. It's really easy to do. You literally just drink a potion while walking left.
Yep, and I learned a couple weeks ago that you can also do it in Paradox Cave. If you can convince the mini modals to head to the left, you can also unlock the door there using the push glitch. But that's awful, and you would never do it. But it exists.
Well, you may have been running out of bombs or something. I don't know. There's no reason to do it.
Absolutely none.
Data looks like he takes that red cane, takes the effort, takes the fire, takes the bombs, takes the hammer, and submits and says, well, I can do the rock now.
So, given how late boots are in the seed, what do you think about Big Key being on the torch in GT?
Only if you also got the boots in tile room.
Oh, God, that's evil.
Yeah, at that point, would you shake the tile room for the boots, or would you go literally anywhere else, check maybe the pedestal even?
Oh man, the tile room is a tough sell, but Anyway, we got Data and Turtle Rock making his run through. It's going to be a fairly standard run. He's got everything he needs. We might see a laser bridge check if he's feeling hungry. It's going to be an interesting check, but he has the cape, so it's not going to be that bad.
So now deciding to go to a Pillars of Darkness right now. He does not have the bow, but he hopefully knows the potion dash. We also already saw White executed and it gave him the cane. Maybe Nala will get that as well.
Here's hoping.
Meanwhile, AK actually trying to finish off Pillars of Darkness. I'm not sure. Quite easy boss, just 17 hammer slashes onto the mask, and she demonstrates off then just a few hits.
Yep, with the silver arrows in hand, Helmasaur is an easy fight.
Sometimes he likes to move around like crazy.
Yeah. Guy's right. Quake being in Mimic Cave would be nasty. Because you'd have to find the mirror to get it. And God only knows where the mirror's at.
Yeah, and especially with all those items we got, going into Turtle Rock doesn't seem like a bad play at this point.
JST finally picking up his flute out of the back of Saha.
And gets a heartbeat for the green pendant. Chat also pointing out correctly that we don't have Seeing Desert, and Desert might be bootstopped just as well as Gan's Tower.
Could be bootlocked, could not be. We won't know until we go find it. Boots could also potentially be in Desert, so.
Yeah, it's always funny. You check the torch, you see, oh damn, key on there. Let's check the item, and then you get the boots, and let's go back.
I think Turtle Rock is the correct play at the moment. Either Turtle Rock or no, it can't be Swamp because you need the mirror. It's got to be Turtle Rock as the play. So mirror on Trinex, anybody? Mirror on the Laser Bridge. It could be Eastern. You could have progression in Eastern. It'd be mean, but it could happen.
I'm calling the entire time mirror on pedestal.
Mirror on pedestal, mirror buried in Skull Woods. Who knows? Really, I think either the mirror or the boots could end up being this huge troll item.
I think we got all items out of Scribbles. He saw the last item in there on the.
Oh, right. There are only 2 items. Yeah. Well, we're about to see Data Warrior take down Tranix. Should be nice and quick with a full magic bar and tempered.
Full magic bar tempered, and if you would want to, he could also just go over and decide to use the hammer.
Oh, getting a little turned around there.
Nice and easy Trinix fight. Force crystal for him at just 1 hour and 1 minute. Mirror!
There's the mirror! Oh, we were right. We called it. Nice.
No, I called it on pet. I was wrong.
So, congratulations to whoever in chat said mirror on Trinex. You win. Probably Data World's hatred. I'm not entirely sure. He probably isn't really happy with that.
Now the question, do you go back in for Mimic Cave or do you leave?
Oh, well, Data World's making the leave play.
I personally, after that, I would have personally just said, okay, get back in. If it's there, it's at least this time, it's at least fast. But of course, Swampers unlock is nice. We could now also get the book and check the tablets and the pedestal. For the last item we need the Quake Medallion.
Yeah, and God knows where that is. All we know is it can't be in Meyer or GT. Literally anywhere else.
Yeah. Of course, we can also go into desert now. Right after Swamp Palace, we can float over there and get items out of it.
Quake and Mimic would be the perfect follow-up to Mirror on Trinex.
So another good follow-up would be boots. You don't know that you need them till you see Gun and Big Tower Big Key on the torch.
This seed is just nasty on the back end, huh?
It's literally one of those seeds you don't want to run, but you know, if you generate one seed, it's the seed you get.
Data World showing off the mirror glitch. If in Link to the Past, when you push an object on the world map, or in a dungeon rather, it temporarily becomes a sprite, and if you use the mirror while you're pushing it, it disappears. The only caveat is that don't try this in a dungeon or you will regret it forever.
Yeah, in a dungeon the block would disappear and you would disappear right after it and land at the entrance.
Nolly getting bullied a little bit by Moldorm. He bullies it right back.
Yeah, bully is a bully. It's always a good idea. Whilst now doing the play into Terror Rock, which will net him the mirror at the end
We're really
when
happy
he
to see
doesn't.
that.
At the end when he can't go back for the Mimic Cave.
And that's the question. Are we going to see Walt dip back in for Mimic? It's a tough sell, but maybe.
Now with that bow in hand from Terror, Derek says, okay, I go back to Palace of Darkness.
Yep, I'm going to put down Helmosaur.
And of course grab his cane. He does not have that right now.
Dristy finding the Fisher Price field in Eastern Palace in hour 5.
Well, now there should be someone else finding the next shield. Well, at the end, everyone with a different first shield. Ooh, Data were deciding, hey, let's go to the left side first.
It's an interesting play. I can't really say that it's that wrong because in a majority of the seeds I've seen recently, the left side has had value. So it's a decent play, but it's still moderately a gamble.
Well, he did found at least the combos. I don't know if he found the map as well. So there's at least one item over here.
The way the seed's shaping up, it probably is an important one.
Well, the other possibilities, of course. Here's no item, and the last thing you get in this dungeon is a big key from the boss.
Yeah, and then the question is, if you haven't found all the useful items, do you dive back in for the big chest?
Well, the big chest is at least a much easier sell than Mimic Cave.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Drist is fully on board with beating pendant dungeons. Looks like he's maybe is hoping for a pedestal seat at this point.
I mean, at this point, it may as well be a pedestal seed. And if you find boosts on ped, you're gonna be kind of kicking yourself a little bit.
Well, we got the flippers to kick ourselves with.
We got the powder too. Could possibly be a bat seed.
Well, the seat is already bad enough.
Quake on bat, maybe.
Data there got sucked right back down the stairs. It's really downstairs. You can't really not get sucked in without having the boots.
Nami opting not to use the silvers to take down Helma. I guess he just didn't want to mirror to the or menu to the bow.
Yeah, temperate is reasonably fast. Same with the golden sword. It's 2 slashes with the golden sword, and 4 slashes or 2 spins with the temperate sword. Data just standing directly next to Argos, pulling the puffs right out and hitting them instantly.
Yeah, I really like watching runners who are capable of doing that one cycle on Argus. It looks really slick when you pull it off.
Yeah, the one thing that looks even crazier is, of course, strategy used by the top energy runners by doing a hook dash at the beginning of the fight, and then rhythmically hitting the hookshot button to pull out the puffs and not lose the sword is pulled out effect.
Data World going for the book. We may be seeing a tablet in pet check.
I would say you would not check those so reasonably fast, but it was one time you are at least in the area, so getting it there is nice.
Data World making a play in the desert. Let's see what's on the torch.
Let it be quick, so we know boots are required, but we can at least finish desert.
Oh, it's a medallion, but not the right one. It's a bolt coin.
Yeah, can we turn that by 90 degrees?
That's how that works, right?
I think we would also have to turn it around, but otherwise it's fine.
Data World not going for the chest on the right side. Hopefully that doesn't come back to bite him.
Well, you are only one item left away from Goma, so going for the boss first is definitely a good way to do it.
Well, potentially one item. We don't know about the boots yet. Still have the Gannon Tower Big Key Torch Stream. Chat making the very good point that he would have to come back here to beat the boss anyway, and if the boss has the last item on him, there's no reason to check the 2 chests on the right. So actually, Data World making the heads-up play, and I'm a liar.
Commentators are liars? That's new. Walsh decided to go back for Mimic Cave and didn't find the thing he wanted, just a bomb upgrade.
Well. The dream died. Oh well.
Well, it was round, it was yellow, not white, the white symbol on there.
Wasn't quite correct. Data World might be at this point making the checkerboard cave and then dipping to Igina. That would be my route.
Yeah, the only thing that he then misses in the area would be the Bombos tablet, and from this side, he will not be able to check this anyway.
The inferior boomerang.
There are some nice threads using that boomerang just as well, but the lag is annoying. Walsh actually deciding to not even open the big chest because he knows there will be a small key in there.
Yep, that's a really heads-up play. If you know your routing and you know the randomizer logic, you can actually save a bunch of time by memorizing what the randomizer will do. It looks like that's going to be the play, Hydropower. He's in position. And Skullwoods, he knows, has a couple chests which could contain good things. They're not going to, but it puts him right by the ped.
Yeah, he did dip Palace of Darkness. He didn't dip Eastern Palace, but getting the knowledge that you have to do them will make the check for them quite quick.
So we could have either Boots or Quake on the ped, and that's really it for the ped dream at the moment. Or another fetch quest. We could always have another fetch quest.
Yeah, having the mushroom there would just mean, okay, I can now shake Hammer Sword and eat some pellets, and now I might get something out of that.
Yeah, we haven't seen. We just recently got the mirror, so we can check the graveyard ledge. But King's Tomb does need Boots to open. And making that an isolated check, the graveyard ledge, and then maybe needing to go back for King's Tomb is a bit of a tough sell, but it might be the play. Who knows?
Well, for Kingston, we at least got the Titansmith, so it would not be that long of a walk from Sanctuary.
And Pet Dream is dead, just said couch cash.
We need some more money to pay off, so he took quite a lot of money from us.
Well, okay. Could be the Saha turn in, could be Graveyard Ledge.
Well, it can be that Sash rather turn in because we saw Briss do that earlier and it was just some bombs.
Oh, that's right. Yes, Lunchbox was done. It was Bupkis.
Data Word now doing the Smith chain will be able to do this together with the Bat Cave, together with Hammer Pack, together with the Purple Chest, and even together with the Bomber's Tablet.
That would be the play. And the Mad Batter could have something important. If he doesn't check it, I'll be very surprised. Batman just got booms.
Well, we can now blow him up even better.
Yes, the frustration bombs. Graveyard Ledge could possibly have the mushroom to something important on the witch, which would be evil. The tablets could have something, and the tablets are at this point isolated. So they could have something.
So now Driss has the mirror as last of our featured runners. Was not a nice place for that mirror.
Say again?
The place for the mirror definitely not nice, and Driss really doesn't have to feel bad about that play to be last.
Yep. Oh, the fourth sword in the Graveyard Legend, Data World passes it up. The difference between Tempered and Golden Sword isn't really that great, so I don't really blame Data World for passing it up, but at the same time, it's only like a 1 or 2 second grab, so I probably would have grabbed it.
Yeah, would allow you to just use pokes on Ganon if you decide to do so.
The questionable play from Data World, I'm gonna have to make a note to ask him about that when we pull him for the post race.
We are at 15 hearts on Data World's side. This is definitely interesting.
Very healthy seed, and Data World now doing a Bombos check. Let's see if this has actually got the dream.
Maybe he just translates it and finds out, oh, you got to check Ether.
Well, that's appropriate, I guess. Bombs on Bombos.
Even more explosions. Data World had decided to heading towards Eastern Palace. We already saw all items in Eastern, it's nothing required.
Nope, and it's not even the green pendants. So there's not even... I mean, you could possibly... Data World might think there's an item here. We know there's not, but it's not a bad play because it's a quick check with all the gear he has.
Yeah, The only thing that would make this a bit more quicker would be the boots. There are a lot of straight lines in this dungeon.
I think chat's right. It's really just down to Ether Tab because we saw a Mimic Cave check. Mimic Cave had nothing. So I think Ether might be the play because we've seen all the other items. Where is Quake the seed?
Well, Quake can now only be on Ether, or on the mushroom, or on either one of the bootstock locations. It's all coming down towards the nasty Ether tablet. Watch getting his book and decided to head directly to the forest and check the pedestal. I appreciate the try, but we already got the check.
Data World about to make short work of Eastern.
Yes, silver arrows. There will be no chance that Amos has. He could even miss quite a lot of shots. 44 shots missed, and he would even then give the win.
And just Ruby Horde. He's not even going to grab the pendant because he doesn't need it.
Yeah, knowing you don't need it. You could have also just harvested it, but why would you?
Yeah.
Save it good as quick.
Data World probably going to make the Ether play, and he's probably hoping as hard as we are that it's got something good.
Well, for him, it is like this, or Mimic Cave, or some weird one-off, probably.
So we want to see Quake on the Ether tablet, because that'll be all we need for Go mode. Yeah, except for possibly Boots.
Yeah, after the Quake melee, we want to see Boots on Torch. Just to finish the seed off.
Could also be Boots to lead into King's Tomb, or Shroom to Boots to King's Tomb. Something is here which will give us Quake.
Like the Quake
it'll be Quake directly on Ether.
Directly going to Mr. Maya saying, okay, you probably will not check more chests than needed. You will hope that boots are either not required or in Gun's Tower.
Yep. So 129.47, Data World has entered Schrodinger's go mode because we don't know about the boots yet. Probably don't necessarily have the Godmire, but we can hope. Otherwise, he's gonna have to wait through that cutscene.
Yeah, we really don't want to search for a lot of chests right now.
Whilst finally making his fat fairy check, gonna get all of Bupkis from it.
Meanwhile, Data checking the vanilla big key chest in Missing Maya, having to sit here for quite some time.
Yeah, and even though this cutscene is, I think, the same length as the cutscene in Desert Palace and Ice Palace, it always feels longer because you can't see anything happening. It's the weirdest thing.
Yeah, it's not actually longer than any other wall opening cutscene. I think the exploding cutscenes are a bit faster, but this is not longer than the other wall moves. You don't see it this time.
Good play from Daywar picking up those fairies to bring him back to full health. Even though he doesn't, I guess he's just worried because he's gonna get a full refill from Vidi, and with the silver arrows, Vidi's a really quick fight. But he does have a couple more rooms to go through before he gets there.
Might also just plan ahead and don't want to die at any point during the tower climb.
Oh, Data World tried for Spooky, but he didn't get it. Spooky action at a distance is a weird little glitch that was recently discovered. It has to do with resetting some of the altitude values from the duck when you flew to desert. I'm not entirely sure the technical details, but the upshot is that you can actually make the fire rod hit a point further out than the actual shot lands, and you can use it to save a couple seconds inside Mr. Meyer where he tried to use it.
Yeah, you basically hit crystal switches that are off screen for you. You need to be high enough to load them, but it's weird. So, yeah.
And with that, at 135.23, Data World picks up his final crystal, and he's going to be moving straight up to GT.
Yeah, and with 7 crystals, we want you guys to spam some numbers in the chat. We have no official game, but with 22 chests in the Gans Tower, we might have some interesting stuff there.
Yep, the Gan Tower Big Key can be in any of 22 locations. If you are mean, you'll want to see it on the torch, which means our runners off on the boots somewhere. Probably at this rate, going to be in GT, so they're probably going to find it.
Yeah, Gans Tower will be the most likely. I don't know if he found those items in Maya, otherwise there would also be the possibility for one. And we of course see the guesses for boots in Tyrion with the key on the torch. Lovely.
Data World making the right side play. Is he going to check tile room?
Oh, well, 2 keys. I see a
No.
lot of players that say, hey, let's go over to the right side, so yeah. Ooh, the mushroom. Do you check Tyroom or the witch?
Boots could be on the witches at this point. They're not strictly needed. Here we go, and it's just the bug net. Right letter, wrong item.
Bugnet is important. You don't want to defeat the purpose of Swagnet.
Oh, there's a big key in the Scalpers room, so Data World's just gonna head right up.
Yeah, and if you were counting, I think it should be the chest number 9.
Using standard routing, I think that's correct. Data making quick work of these gauntlet rooms. Except for this one, he's kind of getting trolled by the BMOS.
Yeah, happens when commentators do say you're doing good.
Yeah. Oops, sorry, Data.
At least he had the power to get the ferry and is really able to still do the one cycle.
Yep, those silver arrows make it really easy.
Yeah, but grabbing the ferry will offset the cycle a bit. So if you're not aware of that, you might miss one cycle.
Mm-hmm. Data World successfully waiting until the doors close in that lower room. You can run into a problem where if you head up the stairs at the same frame as the door closes, you will despawn all the sprites up here and you cannot proceed. You'll have to save and quit out. It's really nasty.
Well, you can proceed. But the furthest you will get is Aga's room, and then you can't do anything anymore.
Yep. It's a mistake you only make once.
Yeah. No, it's not that obvious way to do it. Is actually spinning against the head of Mordor with the right alignment and going over the middle of the room he was just in. And like that, he can get into some quite dumb stuff, and it happens the same thing.
I have seen a clip of that. It looks really bizarre. It's really specific. You have to spin slash against Moldorm at a specific alignment, and then, like you said, cross the middle of the screen, and then the screen freaks out. It's really weird.
Yeah, and if you don't know what's happening, you might just go on, walk through, and have everything despawned. Walsh decided to open some more chests, gets a bit of money, 320 rupees. I don't think that was what he wanted.
No, probably not. Data World downing Aga 2, and now it's going to move on to the Big Pig.
Yeah, following the belt, you will have to do 12 slashes or 6 spins for the first 2 rounds. We'll have to do 4 slashes or spins for the third round, and then 4 silver arrows for the last round. We are gonna reform the servers and we will give them to you. Greatly appreciating your help.
And the double to finish it off. Data World finishing with a quick double. He got the torch good, so he didn't have to worry about it.
Yeah. Data World finishes with a 1 hour, 46 minutes and 31 seconds as our L time at place number 5. First place was Salty Fry with 134.06. Second place was Village J. Brady 140.20. Third place was Bonta 144.39. Fourth place was Pink Kitty Rose 145.19.
That was a good show by Data World. It was a quick seed at the beginning, but then it kind of slowed down until it ground to a screeching halt trying to find that Quake medallion.
Yeah, the seed was definitely on the interesting side. A lot of items early and then a slow walk. Even the progression chain wasn't nice. Having to get the mirror out of third rock, having to get the book from the island and then goes back to up the mountain to get the medallion from the Ether tablet.
Yeah, that's a nasty chain.
We got Data World in this setup room. Let's drag him in here and let's see what he has to say.
I agree.
Hello Data, GG.
GG.
Congratulations, man.
Thank you.
So I wanted to ask you, you saw Buttersword in Graveyard Ledge, but then dipped out on it. What was your thought process there? It was only a couple second check.
I didn't really want it because it was slower, so it causes a lot more lag, and I generally have no problem with Ganon phase 1 anyway, so...
That's fair. Like we were saying, the difference between Tempered and Butter is nowhere near as great as between Master and Tempered. So it was a play that we could understand. I would have grabbed Butter, but I can see why you wouldn't.
Yeah, either way, it's only a couple of seconds, so it's no big deal.
So, what do you think about the fact that this seed dragged you up and down Death Mountain like 4 times?
Yeah, it was pretty interesting location of Quake. I felt really good about going up the mountain before doing Dark World, and yeah, the location of Quake was pretty unfortunate, but there were a lot worse locations where it could be. So
yeah, we were having fun theory crafting about that in chat.
How did you felt about leaving Mimic Cave after Turtle Rock with that mirror on Trinex?
Well, at that point, I only needed Quake and possibly Boots, I think. So leaving Mirror Cave is generally one of the slowest checks. For the same reason, I didn't check Ether Medallion too fast either. They're just I find like the Quake medallion generally or any medallion that unlocks Mire behaves a lot like the Ice Rod. It can really be anywhere, so I just started checking things as fast as I could.
Yeah, the Ether tablet is really kind of isolated, so it's not unreasonable to leave it alone for a bit, unless it's a seed like this and Quake happens to be on Ether, because why not?
Yeah, it was kind of unfortunate, but I don't see too many other people in the daily dodging this seed, so it wasn't too bad. I'd imagine the winner probably left a little bit of Death Mountain and therefore routed it in back in earlier, something like that. It's kind of 50-50 to be honest.
Yeah, it's really hard to imagine how you could do this seed kind of optimal.
Yeah, I mean, you could route a little bit more aggressive than me. You could skip left side swamp, that kind of thing. Because we were after 35 minutes or 40 minutes, we were almost in go mode, and almost being 4 items. But I felt like routing the seed really aggressively. I left Helma alone. And it ended up being kind of okay. I think this is not really dodgeable with my style of routing, so yeah.
Yeah, bomb hammer store just having bombs not required. Very well.
Also landing the final hit on Ganon.
Yeah, we did have a quick finish in the meantime. Gamer card finishing in 6th place with a 1 hour 51:31, and now Watch finishing in 7th place with 1:52:23.
So now we got Drew's team making his ascent to Ganon's Tower. Let's see if he makes the optimal routing choice and finds that big key a little bit faster.
Yeah, deciding to go something like Dark Magician spreads or just straight left side will grant you the key. Maybe 3 chests in.
Yeah, if he routes that really aggressively, he could find it there. Looks like we'll get Walsh in the setup room. I'm going to see if we can pull him in for an interview. Walsh, GG, congrats.
Hey, just remembered I'm supposed to talk. Hey, thank you. Yeah, that was a seed.
That was a seed, is one way to put it.
Yeah, I almost dipped into ice before I went to Hyrule Castle, so I'm very glad that I played it safe there. But yeah,
So, we asked Data World, what did you think about the fact that the seed pulled you up and down Death Mountain like 4 different times?
Yeah, that was really weird. Yeah, and like that was kind of like why, like after I cleared out Swamp House and got the book, I did that like long wrap around like the bottom of the world because like surely it's not going to make me go back up there for the ether tablet. Surely, right?
Well, it's randomizer, of course it does.
We were wondering where Quake was. We were wondering if it was going to be on Ped until we found it was Couch Cache. We were wondering if Shroom was going to lead to it.
Oh, where was Mushroom?
We don't know.
Oh,
we
wait,
know
no,
which
no,
has some errors.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Shroom was in GT. My bad.
That could have been Boots. I don't know if anyone found Boots, but yeah.
No, nobody that I know of has found Boots. Nobody has it marked, and we haven't heard about it in the chat. So, Boots is still MIA. Boots could have been on Mushroom, deeper in GT maybe.
Yeah, I'll just call it Tower Room.
Yeah, we were talking about Tile Room for Boots, and of course hoping for the big key on the torch. Sorry.
Oh no, that's fine. I think Bugnut is one of the funnier things that it could have been, so at least we got that.
Yeah, the randomizer steals chat from their Spagnet threads. And now we had a few more finishes. Ilus with 24 with 8th place 1:53:54. Unfit 9th place 1:54:59. Ravens 10th place 1:55:22. And Zets 11th place 1:55:33.
And we got Nalia about to head up Death Mountain themselves. They got all the crystals they need.
Those mimics can be really dumb if you get them out of your control for a moment.
Dudes are getting bullied just a bit in the first gauntlet room.
Yeah, the gauntlet. Someone admittedly decided to throw in the worst enemies and make them completely down for movement, and decided that's a good idea.
Just gotta tighten the screw set last little bit.
Yeah, I personally had a lot of fun just like spamming Fire Rod up the gauntlet because it was a seed for that.
It was definitely a seed for that. And we have our 12th place finisher, Hwetek, finishing with an official SRTV time of 1 hour, 58 minutes, 36 seconds.
Oh no. And oh no, you have to be kind of quick in that room. Wasn't able to go out instantly, so he decided to wait. Very good decision.
Doesn't need to bother with the chests here, the mini helmets, because he already has the keys he needs. Gets the bomb in a bit of a wrong position, has to try again, but it's not too much of a time loss. Now he accidentally trying to hit the Stalfos, not realizing the big key's in the chest right above him, and he could just grab it and mirror out.
He just wanted to prepare the kill if he has to go further in.
True. Geometry Boss has not been kind to any of our runners this seed.
Yeah, Randomizer likes to protect its bosses quite well at some points.
And Nagatu down for Driss, and he's gonna go on to Ganon. And Dristy landing the final shot. Get your GGs in chat for him.
Yeah, and with that we have our 13th place finisher, aka Driss. GG, 2 hours, 3 minutes and 40 seconds.
A final restream runner Nally making his way into Moldon 2. Blink and you miss it. That was a really quick fight.
Yeah, good sword, 2 slashes, 2 sprints. Or if you really fancy 3 pokes, doesn't matter. You will not be over 3 slashes for him. A very nice Era 2 fight for Nally to finish it off. At least one of our runners had a decent fight. This fight can't be good.
Yeah, now we're going to see how Nally gets on with his Ganon fight. Blackjack with our 14th place finish with a time of 2 hours, 6 minutes, and 41 seconds. And now he puts the finishing blow on Ganon.
That took quite some time in my opinion, but maybe just was the audio. He finishes in 15th place with a time of 2 hours, 7 minutes, and 53 seconds.
Don't seem to be getting Dristy in here for an interview. Let's see if we can get Nally. Well, it doesn't look like we're going to get him. Any final thoughts from you, Walsh?
Not really. Yeah, thank you for putting on the restream. Thank you for the commentary. Yeah, it was a fun race all in all.
It was a fun race. Oh, we do actually have Nally. Let me go ahead and bring him in here. Nally, GG.
That was a lot harder than it needed to be.
It was certainly a seed.
Indeed. Also, never skip Sahara la la la.
Never skip Sriracha. Never. It almost never works out for you.
Oh well, at least it wasn't in the Big Chest Ice Palace. Because that would have sucked.
It was pretty funny watching the seed drag you up and down Death Mountain like 3 or 4 times.
Maybe to watch.
Yeah, that's generally how it goes with these seeds. Fun to watch, not so much fun to play.
I mean, at an hour 30, I thought, oh, I'm not that far from go mode. And then it turned out I was.
And then Quake just came back to troll you.
Exactly.
It was really interesting. The first crystal really quickly on, and then Walsh and picking up all 4 bottles in the first 21 minutes of the race. I thought it was going to be a relatively fast seed.
Yeah, I mean, it looked like it, and except for not finding Hammer, which was easily placed, if I don't remember wrong.
It was in Zelda Cell in the escape.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it could have been super quick to at least get Dark World access and stuff.
Yeah, with those early mitts.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I spent way too much time in the Dark World before I went back to Hyrule Castle. I think I full cleared everything except for Ice Palace before I went to rescue Zelda.
It's pretty much the same here. The thing is, I haven't been playing open for forever. It's been standard all the way. So you kind of forget that you actually need to do escape.
Yeah, just a little bit. It's a different mindset switching from one to the other.
Yeah, I just put that off way too long. I also put off the hospital. I was really surprised when I found the food into the hospital, but yeah.
I was sort of hoping that the flute was behind the green pendant. It's like, that could be a saving grace at least.
Yeah, green pendant was pod, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So, yeah, I went to pod before I got the hammer, like I used the flipper to swim over there, and I'm really glad I got potion glitch first try, because I don't know what I would have done without that red cane.
So I went into pod, got bow locked, went out, found the hammer, went back in. So yeah.
No, yeah, and like I've only seen the potion glitch done, like I've only done it like once or twice in practice, so like I was just like, okay, yeah, we'll give this a shot, and hopefully it's something. And then I saw the red cane, is like, hey, I'm gonna need that.
I keep messing that up while racing. It works fine in practice, but it never works when I race.
The curse of the racer.
Yeah.
Hey, just like in the SRL, this is real.
I didn't catch that. Can you say that again?
Oh, I was just saying that like some SRL, all of a sudden like nerves kind of strike, and you're just like, oh, this is real all of a sudden.
Yeah. Looks like we do actually have Drizzy in the setup room. Let me bring him in here. Drizzy, GG. Check your mic, check your hotkey settings. You're not coming through.
Well, in the meantime, we did have a few more finishers. On 16th place, we have Jixon with a 2:08.31. On 17th place, we have Knack with a 2:09.58. And on 18th place, we have Frostbite 3030 with a 2:10.19. Let's also quickly check in what's going on the other speed gaming channels. There's Dark Souls 3 or Bosses Tournament should still going on Speed Gaming 1. Otherwise, we have The Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening DX on Speed Gaming 3. And I think that's it for the moment, but Super Metroid will start in an hour on Speed Gaming 1.
About half an hour actually, I see. It starts at 5 p.m.
Yeah.
Rast just finished in 19th place with a official SRTV time of 2 hour, 14 minutes, and 54 seconds. You flashed briefly, Driz. You're live, but you're not coming through, man. Nope, still nothing for me, buddy.
And our 20th finisher is Isonic with a 2 hour, 16 minutes and 11 seconds run.
Unfortunately, it looks like technical difficulties are preventing us from getting an interview with AK. Oh, do you have anything more that you want to say, Nally, Walsh, or Michael?
Oh, good race. Bad seed. Thank you.
Accurate summation.
Was a nice watch at least. Was nice to figure out where the Quake modeling could be and where it could not be.
Yeah, same. I should probably rewatch it at some point. But yeah, thank you guys again.
Okay, with that, let's wrap this up. Thanks everyone for watching. Thanks Claymore729 for commentating with me. Thanks DataWorld, Nali, Akidrist, and Watch for running on the restream for us.
And Sindoris and Carissa acting as our trackers today. Once again, we'd like to thank you all for watching, and we'd like to thank Speed Gaming for giving us a home here. Without them, we wouldn't be able to do it. Go ahead and follow them, Speed Gaming and Speed Gaming 2 through 6, and the translation channels, Speed Gaming Espanol, Speed Gaming Francois, and Speed Gaming Deutsch for Spanish, French, and German restreamers respectively. I've been Claymore. I've been joined by Michael, and thank you very much for watching.